Is this some Tokyo Drift Halloween edition? I didn't expect a true crime story here. The hell?
And if we
Baka
travel over
hentais?
for no reason, it's
Yeah,
almost
not gonna
impossible
go
to
there.
catch the
Konnichiwa minasan, and welcome to another special reaction of mine. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. It's not really a holiday here in Germany, but the next day after we have a holiday, and I love to celebrate it because I really love spooky themes and yeah, dressing myself up as some spooky people and cosplaying. So yeah, this is really like my most favorite season of the year. And I hated that like all the grocery stores, supermarkets, they just advertise the hell out of Christmas, you know, even before Halloween has already started. Like, could we please just focus on that first before we turn into all the Christmas stuff? And don't get me wrong, I love Christmas stuff despite it being commercialized as fuck. But yeah, I would like to spend a little bit more attention on my favorite season and holiday, Halloween. So, of course, I would be curious as to how the Japanese people spend their time during this season as well. So I looked up a video on that, the Guide to Halloween in Japan on YouTube by Global Trace. This channel, don't know about it, but if it's good, I'm gonna subscribe to it and look deeper into it. But yeah, that's the one I searched for. I searched up this video and now we're gonna take a look into it, take a look at what the traditions are in Japan when it comes to Halloween. I'm wondering if it's different to ours in Germany and to the US, because essentially it's a US holiday if we are honest. But yeah, I'm wondering how they celebrate it. I think it would be not famous, how you say it. I think it's a big one though. Because especially with Jujutsu Kaisen Shibuya incident, you know, they were hinting at it at least already in the show. I don't know much about it in real life though, so just the impression from the anime. But yeah, I'd say let's enjoy the spooky season as it is celebrated in Japan, I'd say. Let's watch the video.
Hi and welcome to the Excited Wanderer channel.
Yeah,
Despite
that's Western
being a
style.
North American tradition, Halloween is widely celebrated across Japan, and it's just a few days away. You can expect
Jason.
all-night street parties, dazzling costumes, and so much more. Find out why Halloween is such a big deal.
Isn't that the huge street here? The famous street? The crossings are so large and the crowds are large as well. Isn't that? I'm not sure how it's called, but this big famous crossing
In the land of the rising sun.
in Tokyo?
But first, I make short but detailed travel videos that make it easier for you to plan for your holidays. I upload 4 episodes
Yeah, I
every
won't
week,
travel
so if this
to
is something that
Japan
interests you,
during Halloween
then I hope
though.
you'll consider subscribing
Gotta
to the
teach.
channel. Why is Halloween even celebrated in Japan? Beginning with small-scale
fun.
parades in the 2010s, the celebration has seen a huge increase in popularity over the past decade, with the natural pairing of Japan's love for cosplay, seasonal activities, and pop culture.
Yeah, as I thought. I mean, that's the origin where cosplay comes from. So I thought they would be really into it. But as he just said, it started more in the 2010s. That's not that long ago. Okay. Kind of like it though that it now developed.
As familiar as Christmas and maybe even rivaling other traditional Japanese events.
Also, so many people. Did you see what they spend into creating their costumes? There's so much love, you know, that was used to create these. Not some cheap ass costumes they use here. That's also what I like about them. They really invest effort into these costumes. That's good. That's good.
Like the Tanabata and Obon festivals.
Oh wait.
And maybe even rivaling other traditional Japanese events like the Tanabata and Obon festivals. And rather than
Tanabata?
children,
I don't know
you
it.
see that many of the people celebrating are young adults, but there are also activities and events that are held during the day,
dog.
which are more family friendly. If you're a history buff, you might enjoy the fact that the first known instance of Halloween in Japan was recorded in 1970 in Harajuku. There's a stall.
Wait. I was so distracted by the cars here. Is this some Tokyo Drift Halloween edition? But look at these cars. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit a sucker of sports cars. So, and especially, I mean, this is essentially cars cosplaying. So let me take a look at that again before we get into the origin story. I love that. Even the lights here with Halloween theme pumpkins. This is so cool. But the one with the teeth in front of it, look at that. And the skulls inside. This is so cool. The blood is a little bit too orangey here though. Might be the camera though. But this is cool. And the police stripes here, the band.
In 1970 in Harajuku, there's a store called Kittyland that sold Halloween-themed toys.
Doraemon.
And as the years passed, more and more stores started selling seasonal Halloween goods until eventually Tokyo Disneyland started their one-day event in 1997.
Oh, they
Since
have a
then,
Disneyland
Halloween
as well.
has been firmly placed in the minds of the Japanese
Didn't know
people.
that.
How
Okay.
and where is Halloween celebrated? The first signs
Everywhere.
of Halloween will begin with decorations and advertising in stores to get the hype started.
Like here.
There'll be promotional campaigns and limited time merchandise to collect.
I see this so many times. Kit Kat. Is this like your go-to candy there in Japan? I still have to react to some more candy and chocolate and stuff like that videos. This is awesome. But yeah, I see this all around. Kit Kat. Is this your favorite candy? Germans appreciate it. Nestle though, yeah, I don't like it. But of course, it would start with the
starting from early
advertising.
October. After that comes the many activities and festivals from places like Tokyo Disneyland, Universal Studios Japan,
Oh, that's cool.
Sanrio Puroland, and even Tokyo Tower. Finally, come October 30th.
One Piece Halloween. Look at Robin. Oh my god, she looks so beautiful. Even Luffy doesn't look as dumb as he usually does. But yeah, we're not gonna talk about Usopp. He's just my least favorite character, to say the least. Damn, they look fine as hell. Shouldn't have done that with Nami though. Yeah, the sexualization with these characters is sometimes a little bit... Not sometimes, it's too much, you know, Oda. You don't have to sexualize them so much. And also not children, you know, 12-year-old children like Bonnie. This is not... No, you can't excuse that. I love One Piece, but yeah, this rubs me in the wrong way. But this is cool. This is actually a cool ad.
31st, the fun really starts with people moving about in places like Shibuya, Roppongi, and Ikebukuro for Tokyo,
I want to see a Sukuna
and
though.
Dotonbori in Osaka. You'll see the streets just filled with iconic characters,
Okay.
all who are from the latest memes, and they'll hang out all night to flaunt their costumes, drinking, and having fun. How do kids
I
celebrate
don't see so
Halloween in
much
Japan?
anime though. I just see such... They put, as I said, a lot of effort into it. Like, look at their makeup. This takes time, you know? But I haven't seen so much anime. I want to see more anime cosplay. Not these generic clown and zombie types.
Unlike in Western countries, there's usually no trick-or-treating in Japan, but there are Halloween-themed candy which can be bought from stores for the
Of
kids
course.
to enjoy. They'll also most likely celebrate the festival in places like Tokyo Disneyland, along with local dress-up events at school or...
Look at this little no-face child here. Oh my god, this looks disturbing. Yeah, I would cry. I would cry as well as a child when I would see that. Oh my god, the parents of that child, they are savage. But really looks cool though. That's a cool costume for a child. Well, given the history though, or what it actually means to no face, slightly inappropriate. But I accept it. It's alright. It's just a costume for child here. But yeah, as he just said, it's more about the candy. Okay, they don't do trick or treat. We sometimes do it here in Germany. Well, I haven't done it in ages. Some adults do it, but yeah, mostly children, of course. But more in the villages, I think, than in big cities. Because back then, when I was a child, we did that in our village. I went from house to house and asked for candies. I even memorized a little poem and brought it up. You know, it's not just about collecting candy, but being creative about it as well. Like, not just asking them, but, you know, giving something in return. It was dumb as hell, but, you know, put in some effort. And I also put in effort into my costumes, you know. Halloween is just the peak season. This is just the best. This year I'm gonna cosplay as well, by the way. I'm gonna do Sukuna, of course. Yeah, JJK, a female version though. Yeah, I've got the wig, I've got the costume, and I've got the markings. I've got such fake tattoos. We're gonna see how I end up. I might share pictures on the community tab, so watch out for that. It's gonna be awesome. I know it, and I've also got contact lenses, so yeah, it's gonna be peak. We're gonna head out and not ask for a trick or treat, but we're gonna enjoy our time together, to say the least. But yeah, let's get back to the video. So they do dress up, but they don't really do trick or treat there. And also, yeah, I didn't know about Disneyland actually, that they had that. I knew about the Paris one and one in the US, but of course they would have it in Japan somewhere as well. Okay, but these are the main places actually where it's celebrated. Makes sense. It's a huge deal, you know, for the companies to make money. God, I hate Disney though. They screwed up Marvel so much, so no, I don't accept that. Not gonna forgive them.
What to eat on Halloween in Japan?
Kit Kat.
After costumes and parties comes the glorious food. Being offered in
Halloween
various
bento.
forms, these limited edition goodies are usually quick to sell out. Head into any bakery, cafe, restaurant, or convenience store, and you'll see the shelves just stocked with treats that resemble jack-o'-lanterns, ghosts, witches, and more. Starbucks Japan are particularly renowned.
What I also love is that violet is such a famous color for this season, and it's my favorite color, so what not to love about it, you know? And cats, black cats, who are done wrong, you know? Black cats are just adorable, and they are not to blame for your superstitious thoughts. So leave them alone, don't hurt them. Black cats need protection. Just gonna say it now.
There are pumpkin or sweet potato flavored varieties. So how can you celebrate Halloween in Japan? If this is your first time heading out into the crowd and you want to know
see
how to
the
blend
cars.
in, the rules are pretty simple. You'll need to dress up in a costume and decide whether or not you want to attend an event. Stores like Don Quixote have plenty of costume items to choose from, while the menu...
Why do I always think about Flamingo first from One Piece? Don Quixote, Flamingo. Yeah. One Piece ruined that for me.
Akihabara or Ikebukuro can offer you more with a heavier price tag.
There we have them. There we have them. Naruto cosplayers. Oh my god, so many shadow clones. That's a great one though. I think, I hope this is not racist, but I would have a hard time differentiating between them. I'm sorry. But I guess it's just the same as for us foreigners. I think they can differentiate themselves pretty well, but for me they look so similar. It's really a great cosplay though, especially with the theme of the Naruto shadow clones. This is perfect. But yeah, I would have a hard time. Marcus, where are you? Or well, he wouldn't be named Marcus, but I don't know why I came up with this name right now. But yeah, where are you?
Find an event, but make sure to check if they have any specific rules like costume themes
Cyber
beforehand.
Japan. So cool.
And on the other hand, if you're not interested in large crowds or
that's a nice costume. What the fuck?
then my advice is to avoid going out in a major city during the last week of October.
Who doesn't love it?
Many of the trains,
just
bars,
weird
and
people
clubs
don't
will
love
be
it.
packed, and they'll surely interfere with
Okay,
any
I
sightseeing
get
plans
that.
you might have. Where are the best Halloween parties in Japan? Shibuya
I would get
Crossing-
that. I mean, it's a different scale. We have to keep that in mind. I love Halloween, but I also love my peace. And getting into big crowds like that, yeah, it's not something I like to see. Especially Shibuya, it must be packed during this time. Imagine being a driver, though. I would be so scared of running over someone. Even, I mean, there are small children around there as well. I wouldn't drive during the time. I wouldn't drive in Tokyo to begin with, although here in Stuttgart it's terrible already as well. So yeah, but I think it's worse here. And yeah, so yeah, Halloween it's cool, but going into such a big crowd, I think I would feel overwhelmed as well. So maybe just celebrate inside, dress up and party with some people. Yeah, I mean, I will do it similarly. We won't go to a big party, just a few people enjoying our time together in some quiet places, to say the least. So yeah, I can get behind that. You're not weird for passing on that. But yeah, you should celebrate it at least in your way, even if it's in a quite isolated way, but celebrate it. Halloween is cool.
Crossing Tokyo. Yes, that
The Shibuya crossing, yeah, that's what I meant.
Transformed into the largest gathering spot in all of Japan during Halloween, with over 1 million
cool,
people
though.
expected to attend each year. While loads of fun, the cases of vandalism and
Sadako.
assault have increased police presence in the area. So if you're
Okay,
heading
that's
there,
cool.
make sure to stay safe. Ikebukuro in Tokyo.
Oh my god, they revived Resident Evil, and I see you there, Elias. Oh, so cool. I haven't seen so many cosplayers of the Ancient Magus Bride MC. So cool, so cool.
The most popular Halloween event in Ikebukuro has to be the cosplay festival at Otome Road,
Yay.
which is a hub
There we
for all
go.
otakus far and wide. With over
There I
20,000
would go.
participants, this is a great chance to experience Japan's fascination towards cosplay at its best. Tokyo Tower. For
Okay.
a more relaxed pace, Tokyo Tower offers decorations and a special
mini
lineup
Eiffel
event
Tower.
during October. There are audio-visual shows and Halloween-themed photo spots, so if you haven't seen Tokyo Tower yet, Halloween would be a pretty
Yeah,
unique
still
chance
need to see
it
that.
in a different light than usual.
But I won't go during
Kawasaki
this time,
Halloween
as I
Parade.
said.
This is a family-friendly event that you can even bring kids to, with over
Jack
2,500
Sparrows.
participants showing off their highly detailed costumes. Usually held in the
Wow.
afternoon, prepare to get surprised and
Wow.
awed at some of the most unique displays you'll ever see. Dotonbori in
So
Osaka.
cool.
Like in Tokyo, Osaka's unofficial gathering spot is at the iconic Ebisu Bridge and nearby Dotonbori area. The party peaks around 7 p.m. and lasts until early morning, with scores of people in costume showing off their getup and having a good time. Whether you're actively participating in costume or just taking photos of people on the side, Halloween in
that's
Japan
it.
is something that must
Okay, that's it. I expected a little bit more, to be honest. It's quite similar how we celebrate it here in Germany as well. I mean, it's a holiday we kind of stole from America, and they did the same apparently, as it swapped over, I guess, with Disneyland and all the merchandise and companies, as it always seems to happen, yeah, making money out of it. But I enjoy seeing them using their cosplay skills to celebrate it, and of course the candy stuff. Need to look deeper into that though. Would have loved to see more costumes, though the ones they showed there were pretty awesome already. But yeah, for me actually the peak was the car show. I would love to see that, a car cosplay. I'm not sure where I went with that, but yeah, that was like my favorite thing. But everything else, it doesn't seem so much different. It's just like dressing up, getting special candy, and partying. So I went into this thinking that maybe they made their own tradition out of it, connecting it to some religious ritual or something. I'm not sure. Just making their own thing out of it. But it just seems like they just go with it the Western style way. I would like for them to keep their traditional Japanese style though. I don't like that the global influence on them. Yeah, it spreads so much that they kind of lose part of what makes them unique. I think some things should be kept traditional, which is kind of hilarious because I know Halloween isn't traditional in Japan, but that's what I said, with maybe make it traditional in your own way, not just copying it, but giving your own, trademarks to it. Make it your own. Just change it a little bit. Maybe it's with this Tokyo Drift car show here. I'm not sure, but I really liked it. I haven't seen that here in Germany, so that's really surprising. And given I like cars, as I said, well, though this is a Toyota, this isn't such a nice car, but it's dressed up nicely, so I have to give it that. I would like to see more of that. And but mainly it's just a commercialized holiday again. Well, I think this was a short one. Let's watch another one, because I just saw there's a video with why Japan hated Halloween so much. As we learned, it just started in the 1970s and really got popular only during the 2010s, so in the last decade. So I think they refused to go the Western style way, and I would like to learn more about that. So yeah, let's just go into this video as well. Seems interesting.
Halloween, everybody!
Hola.
Except in Japan, for some people, it's
So just a little introduction. This video is by Mrs. Eats. I don't know the channel, but yeah, let's give that a watch as well.
Halloween. But why would some Japanese
Don't
people
need Halloween.
hate a holiday that's so much fun and full of candy, scares, and sexy cat costumes?
Yeah,
Unlike
okay.
America, where Halloween is an old part of the tradition and culture, Japanese are just starting to accept it. But just a few years ago, it was a mysterious holiday that caused a lot of trouble for many Japanese people. And in one
Gaijin.
unfortunate
Oh,
event,
okay,
it was
okay.
a holiday where a Japanese teenager lost his life. But before I talk
Oh,
about
wow,
that,
okay.
let's go back to the past to see how
Was it
Halloween
because of the stupid tourists again? I so get it why Japanese people are sick of us, you know? How well, us. I haven't been there yet, but I get the news. I know about how people apparently behave there, and it's just so disgusting. Could we maybe not ruin a place when we visit it? Could we maybe try to accommodate them and try to accept, tolerate, or not even that, but also respect, you know, their traditions and their behavior, their customs, and try to get accustomed to that and not just force our way onto that. And just to clarify, I didn't mean to force Halloween onto them, but as she said, it's cool, make it your own thing, you know? Completely refuse it, but not only accepting it as it is and just copying it, you know? But yeah, people are so disrespectful, I mean. I totally get it, where they are sick of us. And I hate it that it's always like that. Foreigners ruining everything. And not only foreigners, but people. Yeah, people. Stupid people, arrogant people who think, I travel, I can do everything. I don't need to watch out for everybody else. This is my thing. You know, this egoism, this egoistical behavior, it has to stop. It needs to stop. I don't like it. So when she said there was someone who lost their life, I'm not sure if it's connected to that, but the signs before, you know, gaijin, so foreigners, I don't like it. Let's see where this goes.
started in Japan.
It's a cool editing.
The late 80s in Japan was a crazy place to be. The economy was roaring and Japan was at its peak. The idea
Yeah, it
of
looked
made in
already
America
so
was
futuristic.
becoming a joke.
Hi. Hey, look, Homer's got one of those robot cars.
Yeah.
One of those American robot cars.
Made in Japan became the new sign of quality. Toyotas
Yeah.
and Hondas were starting to become the choice in automobiles. The Sony Walkman was tethered to every teenager's ears. And the Nintendo Entertainment System was hypnotizing
Oh, I
America's
played that as
children.
well.
There was so much money in Japan that in 1989, a Japanese company, Mitsubishi Estate, bought one of the New York's most important cultural centers, the Rockefeller Center. It seemed like Japan was
Okay.
ready to take over the entire world. And many people from Western countries made their way there to get a piece of pie. At that time, English teaching jobs were high demand, and many of them paid very, very well. With all that
Why
cash
are you
to be
smiling?
made, Japanese people worked
Stop it.
really, really hard. And when work was over, they partied even harder. Yes, the 80s in Japan really did look like the opening scene in Yakuza 0. But deep underground, there was a party happening that Japanese people had never seen before and would quickly come to hate. The
Okay.
Yamanote Line is one of the most important train lines in Tokyo. It connects major areas like glamorous Ginza, the iconic Shibuya, and the weave heaven Akihabara together. It's one of the most crowded commuter
heaven?
trains in Japan.
Need to
and
check that
even
out.
with all these people crammed inside, it's as quiet as a library. Except for
And then
one
come
night
the
out of
foreigners.
year, October 31st.
Yeah.
In America,
Okay.
you guys would be celebrating it by trick-or-treating as a kid or joining a drunken costume party if you're an adult. But in 1980s Japan, the idea of Halloween didn't exist at all. For expats living in Japan, there was no bar or house party to celebrate it. So they took matters into their own hands and began holding them in one of the places that they shouldn't have. the Yamanote train.
Inside the train? Look at them.
The organizers were always unknown, and the time, date, meeting spot was
But
kept
look at them.
secret
It wasn't Japanese people or just a few of them. These were foreigners. Look at them. Well, maybe she is, but he doesn't look... I'm sorry if this sounds racist, but he doesn't look Japanese to me. So this looks like a bunch of American tourists here, celebrating the shit out of that and disrespecting the quiet rules of the subway. This is awful.
First, on the night of the event, badly costumed expats would cram into the train, booze and snacks in hand. What
Look at
would
them.
normally be a slightly packed yet quiet ride become total chaos. The partiers would play music from the radios, eat and drink, jump around and shout the whole ride through.
Oh, I hate this as well. Yeah, in Germany we prefer quiet trains too and hate it when someone shouts loudly.
The party would start at the designated station, then they would move to a party to an entirely different train whenever they had to make a transfer.
Partying
or
inside
if
a
the
train?
authorities got involved.
Come
It was
on,
one
this
part
isn't
party,
fun.
One part running from the law and one part breaking all social rules and customs in Japan. They would continue this train hopping party until they made it all the way around the loop and back at the starting station. While the 1-hour journey may have seemed to fly by for the partiers, it was an eternal hell for the local Japanese commuters.
I believe that. Oh my god, look at these poor people.
Some of the partiers probably thought they were just having innocent fun, but they were breaking a very important
No
rule
brain
in
cell
Japanese
left.
society.
Left out.
Meiwaku kakenai, or don't bother others. It's one of the most important part of Japanese society, and
Yeah,
I've
they
talked
don't
about
get
it
it.
in previous videos. It's the reason why Japanese morning train can be packed like this without everyone going crazy. Almost everyone in Japan is doing their best not to bother other people around
And then the
them.
foreigners
The
come
commuters on
and
the
screw
train
up
quickly
everything.
made a connection between these parties and this mysterious holiday called Halloween. The parties were known
they
as the
ruined
Yamanote
it.
Halloween train, and because of it, Japanese people quickly began to have negative association with the holiday. But it wasn't
Okay, I
just
get
these
it.
wild train parties that would get Japanese people to really have a bad image of the October 31st celebration.
That proposal follows the shooting death
How
of
did
a
this happen
16-year-old
now?
Japanese exchange student last month in Louisiana. The teen arrived at the wrong house for a Halloween party. He apparently didn't understand the residents' warning to freeze and was shot and killed.
What?
Yoshi had to leave
He went to the wrong house and was shot in America? Oh my god, this is such a typical American story, you know? Yeah, I totally believe that this happened. And I believe this wasn't the only time. Yeah, Americans and their fucking guns. So much stupidity. Damn it. This poor guy.
He was an exchange student in the US. He had an exciting chance to experience a real American Halloween. He and his host family's son, Wave Haymaker, were on their way to a house party that was being held for Japanese exchange students. On October 17, 1992, Yoshi and Wei mistakenly went to a wrong house, and when they knocked on the front door, there was no answer. Bonnie Pierce peeked out from the side door and quickly rushed back inside. She said she was frightened, and very quickly her and her husband would cause Yoshi's death.
And before I realized it, I'd hollered for Rodney to get the gun.
Bonnie's fear
What the
was
fuck?
contagious.
You know, it was terror. I could see it as fear that I'd never seen before.
It's Halloween.
I actually heard telling me to go get the gun.
Could you maybe
ask you
just have
questions.
talked over it from inside?
Freeze!
Yeah, maybe he didn't understand you correctly because he's a exchange student. Oh shit. I didn't expect a true crime story here. The hell?
What is your name, ma'am? Bonnie Pierce. Bonnie, don't go to the door. Ma'am, I'm sending the sheriff's office as well as an ambulance. Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
because of Yoshi's lack of English ability.
Jesus,
he wasn't
yeah.
able to understand Wabe's
Yeah, that's
speech,
what I thought.
nor was he able to understand Rodney Pierce's command. This case sparked a huge debate about gun laws and ownership, not only
Yeah,
in
it
the
didn't change a
US,
thing,
but
though.
in Japan as well.
7 days after my son's death, we began the petition drive for handgun control in the United States. Today, to Washington, D.C.,
Poor
we
mother.
bring 1.7 million signatures collected in Japan.
Do they have
We
free
started
law
the petition
in Japan, though? I don't
because
know.
we love America just as Yoshi did.
You shouldn't, though.
If there
Not
was
the
a
current
Japanese
America,
person
though.
who hadn't heard about Halloween yet, they definitely did after this terrible event. So it's easy to see why Japanese at that time may have had negative associations with
Yeah.
Halloween. Meanwhile, back in Japan, the Yamanote Halloween train parties were becoming bigger, crazier, and more out
It's
of
so
control.
disrespectful.
The partiers
Yeah, you
broke
don't
common
do this
sense
in a
rules
train.
like not
Get a
standing on the
location.
seats and not
Dedicated
checking the
location.
upper
You're just...
storage area like a
Oh, I
bag.
hate this. They're just, yeah, not only disrespecting everyone, but annoying them, annoying the fuck out of them. I would be annoyed too. Even if I love celebrating Halloween, I know how to respect people and, read the air, as they say in Japan, and act accordingly. You don't do this in a foreign country. No, especially one that doesn't celebrate your holiday. And even if you celebrate it, do it somewhere else. Not in a fucking train. I totally get them. I would be pissed as well if they did this here in Germany. And sometimes they do, and everyone hates them.
Any semblance of peace and an order on the trains were completely destroyed on Halloween night.
And even
so
destroying
you
them.
can imagine just how frustrated and angry the Japanese commuters felt. Also, I have to wonder how the conductors of the train felt as they were pressured to stay on the schedule but couldn't because of the drunk partiers running around in the trains. What about the train staff who had to clean up the puddles of alcohol, trash, and other mess that were left by the
The
partiers?
disrespect.
It became such a huge problem that
Partying is one thing, but leaving a place like this, oh my god, this triggers so many points. I totally understand them. I would be pissed the fuck as well. Why do you have to leave a mess? Can't you just party and take your fucking shit with you, your garbage, and yourself the garbage as well? People like this, they ruin everything. No matter where they go, they are everywhere. Stupid, fucking disgusting people. Hate this.
even the police had to get involved to keep the crowds contained.
They're
Think
so
about it.
polite
The
still.
worst place to party is on a busy train station platform, inches away from the tracks. I
Look
remember
how they
seeing
handle
stories
it.
on the news
I would
in
be
the
more
early
pissed.
2000s about the parties. I've also heard that English teachers were told by their schools and companies that if they were caught at one of these Halloween parties, they will be fired immediately. Some
Yeah, if they
Japanese even started
participate in something like that,
protesting
yeah,
against the
sure.
parties and against Halloween itself with sign that says, "We Japanese don't need
Wait,
Halloween."
what did it say? What did it say? Go to hell, motherfucking foreigners and Protestants. I can't read it behind it. Oh, Jesus. Japanese don't need Halloween. Oh, this is so sad. It could be so different, and I guess it's starting to become different as the other video showed before, but I totally understand them. Yeah. Wow. Stupid gaijin. Yeah, that's what we
But
saw in the intro.
late 2000s, the image of Halloween in Japan started to change. I'm not exactly sure why, but if I had to guess, it probably had a lot to do with money. Many companies in Japan realized that they could make a ton of
It's
cash
always
by
like
selling
that.
Halloween themed goods, costumes, etc. Around 2010 was when I remember seeing Halloween themed snacks at the grocery
Course.
store and even Halloween decorations and masks at 100 yen shop. As Japan started to embrace Halloween, the Yamanote Halloween train party started to die. But as the party underground was dying, it was just getting started above ground. Shibuya
So they were
crossing
kind of
the
forced
iconic
into
street
that?
in
That's actually
Tokyo was
sad
filled
because
with
of greedy
Halloween
companies.
spirit. This time, it wasn't only foreigners celebrating, but Japanese people as well. The whole area
Well,
was
they turned it
flooded
into
by
something good, I
partiers
think.
in costumes and drinks in hand. By 2015, Shibuya became the place to celebrate Halloween in Japan. But the same rowdy, break all the rules spirit of Yamanote Halloween train parties continues to live on in Shibuya. Every Halloween, the Tokyo police forced to mobilize to patrol the Tokyo district. The streets are just so full of people every year that it makes it difficult to keep the roads clear. Remember, this isn't an official party held by the city, and the roads haven't been closed to cars. The police need to
that's
make
what I
sure
said.
they can get
Driving there
everyone
must
off
be a
the street
nightmare.
when emergency vehicles need to pass.
Oh, Jesus.
Not only that, but with so many people gathered in one place, you're gonna find some super crazy weirdos. In 2018, a group
Did he
of
just...
baka hentai
No. Did he just photograph her under...
in
Kill them. Ah!
2018, a group of baka hentais went crazy and flipped
Baka
the truck over
hentais?
for no reason. Then the truck's
Baka
crazy
hentais? This is
boyfriend
a
started
term?
making love to it in public.
Getting married to my pickup truck.
In 2019,
What?
the police arrested several people because they started groping random women opening on the street. If you are a woman in the crowd like this, it's almost
Yeah, not gonna
impossible
go
to
there.
catch the pervert who started touching you.
Jesus. The hell?
わざわざ出かけてまでハッピーハロウィンってやろうかなとは思ってないですね。
Yeah, I'd stay inside.
渋谷に行こうとは、ちょっと怖いですね、やっぱり。
Even in 2022, some Japanese people still have a negative image of Halloween. So this year, the
can't blame
Shibuya
them.
mayor is launching a new campaign to remind people to enjoy the holiday spirit, but to still follow the rules and laws. As
2
part
years ago, so this was in 2023, okay?
of the campaign, public drinking on the streets will be prohibited from October 28th. To November 1st. Also, convenience stores in the district are highly encouraged by the local government not to sell alcohol. As you can see, Shibuya is really trying hard not to only keep people safe, but to clean up the image of Halloween in Japan. Of course, not everyone sees Halloween negatively. It's still seen as a fun and a light-hearted celebration full of pumpkins,
Yay, let's end it on a good note somehow. Wow, this leaves a really bad taste.
ghosts, and other spooky things. Stores and shopping malls across Japan now hang these kind of decorations in October.
That's lovely.
Trust me, you wouldn't have seen this kind of stuff 10 years ago. Big theme parks like Universal Studios Japan hold a Halloween zombie night, where the staff dress up like the undead and scare the guests. Even Japan's public schools embrace the holiday by having special
That's
Halloween
cool.
events. So, even
But
though
that's
Halloween
not so
is
much.
still associated with this kind of negative, non-rule image, it now has more acceptance and celebrated image. Of course, it's not quite the same as it is in America. For example, in the US, trick-or-treating is a huge part of Halloween. I've only seen it in movies, but I wish I could have done this when I was a kid. I can't believe you guys can just get free candies from your neighbors.
This is such an American image. Look at this, the minion in the free candy car. Oh my goodness.
Just get free candies from your neighbors. In Japan, we have trick-or-treating
Trustworthy
too,
person.
but it's not the same. Instead of collecting candies around neighborhood, many malls and theme parks will have a trick-or-treating event. To be honest, I think the American way is better, but Mr. It likes the Japanese way more. He told me when he was in America, he really wanted everyone to leave him alone on Halloween, so he started acting really crazy.
屌，嘈死我啊！係啊，OK啊，coming 啊。What you want?
Trick or treat!
Oh, OK啊，trick or treat 啊。
Now put some effort into it.
Woman!
Huh? Spider woman? Why you wanna be Spider woman 啊？Why don't you be businesswoman 啊？
Businesswomen don't have superpowers.
This is so Asian.
Superpower. Businesswoman superpower by a brand new Tesla.
Is he doing the emotional damage guy impression? It sounds like it.
Can I just have some candies?
Oh, okay, candy. Okay. Nah, happy Halloween.
What's that?
It's a pork fear. It's a more sweeter than candy.
I don't want that.
Ilk.
What you mean you don't want this? I take all day cook for you. Okay, you don't want this.
Not
pork feet.
Japanese though.
You give me your candy.
What?
You waste my time. Hurry up. Or I tell your ma you put
Hurry
TP
up,
in my coke. 快啲俾我啲糖啊. I take that full-size Snicker bar.
What is this? Is
Another
this
way Japanese Halloween is
Thai?
different is that we don't focus on too much the scary side. A lot of the decorations that you see are focused on being cute. But I'd
Yeah,
say that these
that's
days
cool.
we are finally starting to embrace the scary side of Halloween. This year at Universal Studios Japan, they have a Resident Evil
Yeah, but
themed
she's
escape
talking
room.
Ooh,
Also,
Resident
some
Evil?
taxis in Tokyo will have a special event based on the horror movie The
She's just
Ring.
talking
When you hold
mostly
your
about the
smartphone up to
theme
the
parks.
TV in the car, Sadako will come out and curse you. But of course, these things are
I'm gonna be there.
compared to how scary you guys do in America. Some of you do really crazy and scary makeup. Not only that, you have the Field of Screams in Pennsylvania. This attraction looks like you're in a real
Oh, show me more of
horror
Japan.
movie. To be honest, I don't know if you could do this scary event in Japan. But even though Halloween isn't that scary here, there is one event that has traumatized many children across the country. The Oni Festival. These
Yeah,
creepy
that's what I want to
monsters
see.
run around and scare all the kids in the area. But trust me,
Oni
it's for
Festival.
a very good reason. I talk all about it in this video here, so make sure to check it out. Thanks for
Okay.
watching. Okini.
I think we have to watch this separately because this is what I was actually asking. Oh no, don't show this again. This is disgusting. But yeah, the Oni Festival. Okay, maybe I should look into that next. Gonna do this in a separate video though because I've been running already quite long now. But yeah, this leaves somewhat of a bitter taste, to be honest. As I said before, as always, the foreigners, shitty people ruin everything, and they kinda adopted just the, well, not just the, but mostly shitty parts of it, like destroying everything, behaving like garbage. This is awful. And also, I mean, apparently the sexual assault is a major problem in Japan, I know. But especially they're doing such a Halloween festival, getting groped and stuff like that. Jesus, yeah, I wouldn't like to be around in the crowd now even more than just because I hate crowds. But yeah, I didn't think about that, to be honest, because as annoying as it gets here with crowds as well in Germany, we don't have that much of a problem with stuff like that, fortunately. So yeah, I can imagine women trying to stay out of it. Look at it, yeah. Gaijin, ruining everything. Could we, again, I have to plead, could we just behave when we are around others? Could we maybe just respect each other and each other's boundaries? Is this too much to ask? Why do we have to ruin everything? And again, I kind of like that they try to adopt it, Halloween, celebrate it, but I get it why they didn't want to, and keeping it out of their culture since it isn't initially their culture. But then again, I said maybe they can turn it into their own, you know, like with this apparently Oni festival or something. I was thinking more like that they could turn it into their own thing, but just taking the parts partly that are not so nice. Yeah, especially with the train parties that apparently though decrease in size. That's good. But still, just partying, drinking, and yeah, the costumes, this is cool, but this not so much. Stop it. Don't behave like monkeys. And I think this is disrespect to monkeys because they behave much better. Don't do this, no. And yeah, we've already talked about the guy dying in America. I mean, I'm not even surprised at this point. Look at the state of America. But yeah, it leaves a sour taste. I have to be honest. Oh, yeah. I'm not that sad that I miss out on that this year and probably in the next years to come. I don't need that. I like to celebrate my Halloween here, dress up, and yeah, spend quality time with people dear and near to me. But I don't need this. Yeah, I definitely don't need this now after watching that. And again, also, it's mainly because of the greedy companies. They just wanted to make bank again, exploiting it like everything else. Yeah, so, this leaves a bitter taste. And I know, yeah, we kind of exploit it as well, but as I said, we made it into our own and just the fun parts and the necessary parts. We don't need drinking and turning everything to shit to have a nice time, because this isn't having a nice time. This is just behaving like a 4-year-old, or yeah, not even that. Just garbage. No, just have a nice time and respect boundaries of other people while doing so. This should not be asked too much, in my opinion, but apparently it is. So I don't blame Japanese people at all for wanting to close their borders for fucking people like that. And this was, mind you, this was year 2023. I'm not sure how it is now, but yeah, that's it. So these are the 2 videos I watched. The first was really generic, and it didn't dive so deeply into the topic. I'm glad we watched the second one now too, because this gave a much more honest review about the holiday. And yeah, in general, as I said, not such a good impression. Americans and Westerners ruining everything again. But yeah, I'm still hyped about Halloween coming up here, and also thrilled to watch more anime and more reactions, because I'm definitely gonna check out this Oni thing she mentioned. This is what I want to learn. I want to learn classic stuff about Japan and how they turn other things into their own. This is what I love. But yeah, just copying stupid Western behavior, we don't need this. We don't need more of that. So please stop. Make it your own. This is what I would like to see. Making maybe new holidays or new traditions out of it. This is what I would like to see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my reaction to that. Do you want to see more like that? What should I watch about Japanese traditions? Let me know in the comments, yeah? I would like to learn more about real Japanese traditions and also how they implement others, maybe in a more positive way than this. But yeah, that's it for this reaction. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you join me for the next one. Until then, as always, have a nice time and mata ne!